Blake Shelton has a talent for leaving a lasting impression with his comedy, music, and thoughts on the music business. Has consistently expressed his feelings, which has made him one of the most adored figures in country music. He has always had a really sincere, emotional style of expression. Shelton made the startling choice to leave the popular NBC program The Voice. After more than a decade as a coach, he is embarking on a new endeavor. He hopes that The Road, a new singing competition, will assist them in resolving the issues he observed on The Voice. 2 years after this choice was made possible, The Road was established. Shelton's new endeavor is plenty of potential, but he will be the first to acknowledge that it might encounter some of the same issues that beset The Voice. Blake disclosed the one significant problem he hopes the route would avoid in an honest and open interview on Country Countdown USA. He continued by saying that he is determined to permanently alter the course of television talent programs. A new chapter beginning as I move from the field to the stage. When Blake Shelton first appeared on The Voice in 2011, nobody could have foretold the show's unavoidable explosive leap to stardom. He became well-known and coached 9 champions, which helped the show reach new heights in terms of popularity. He was a vital member of the ensemble because of his charisma and quick wit from growing up in Oklahoma. However, as the years went by, he became aware that the show was failing to produce long-lasting stars. "I loved every single minute of The Voice," was what Shelton said. "But as time passed, I couldn't help but observe that none of the finalists or winners were becoming famous in any way." When Shelton made the decision to quit in 2023, he made a self-promise that his next endeavor would focus entirely on artists. The Road, a country music competition that emphasizes authenticity, inventiveness, and artist-inspired storylines, is the realization of this idea. In contrast to the cover songs that The Voice finalists primarily sang, The Road provides and encourages musicians to sing original music. Moreover, that is a significant change for Shelton. "I think that we have discovered stars," he firmly stated, "because they will perform their original songs regardless of the result. Some of them will go viral. Why no A-listers have been produced by The Voice." Shelton didn't intend for his remarks about The Voice to be interpreted as a jab at his former program. Rather, he wanted them to be a critique of the system that hampered the success of his last show. He went on to explain that before the musician was declared the winner, the production team had already advanced to the following season of the show. Because of this never-ending cycle, Shelton said, the winners had virtually little opportunity to further their careers. Each week, you get to select a champion, and the next week, you get to select new competitors to vie for the crown. This prevents anyone from taking a break or regaining their strength. He acknowledged that the main issue with The Voice was that the focus shifted from the contestants to the coaches. The success of the show was due to its exclusive focus on the coaches and not on any other facet of the business. The artists, on the other hand, received much less attention. Shelton's cand is difficult to hear, despite the fact that it is genuine. Fans were more interested in seeing the romance between Gwen Stefani and Blake, who is now her husband, or the humorous banter between Adam Envine and Blake than they were in following the candidates' post-show exploits. When driving, the formula is altered. Everyone is talking about the artists, not the well-known judges who are in charge of the competition. This competition will feature a singer-songwriter with a well-established fan base, discography, and narrative. Every competitor is already a well-known musician. Shelton believes that genuine musicians ought to be allowed to be who they are. Viewers can continue their momentum by listening to the songs, streaming them, and purchasing them immediately if his reasoning is valid. Some viewers might discover a song they truly enjoy during the show, and the following day they might be able to find it on streaming platforms like Apple Music or Spotify. This was easy to set up and listen to, unlike on The Voice, where it wasn't always easy to find the contestants' music. A significant change has occurred. Shelton would frequently comment that a contender on The Voice couldn't do a better job of performing a song. They had no choice but to wait. Additionally, if you make folks wait in this day and age, they'll just move on to something else. By bridging that gap, The Road increases competitors' chances of becoming viral and having their songs chart, giving them a chance to become renowned before the final even airs. A worthwhile course of action. The structure of The Road is also different. The show looks more documentary than the weekly eliminations that decide television drama. The performers participate in the competition by sharing personal anecdotes about their musical inspirations, roadblocks, and other experiences. The Road is about more than just the competition, Shelton explained, expanding on the meaning of the term. The plot revolves around the life of an artist. Every step you take, every place you visit, every night you have self-doubt, and every experience that serves as a reminder of why you began are all important. Each episode focuses on the delicate balance that must be drawn between art and reality, highlighting the sacrifices, small victories, and challenges of being a real-life independent musician. Shelton believes that raising awareness of this aspect of the business will appeal to both fans and aspiring artists. For a lot of artists, it's their reality rather than just a show. This is true for many creative types, he said. It's important to tell their stories truthfully. It is your goal to let them know, establishing a lasting legacy outside of the world of fame. Shelton believes that showcasing the season's most promising new talent isn't the purpose of the trip. Our goal is to assist individuals in developing long-term careers. The objective is not just to find a great star. He said, the purpose of this is to assist an artist in establishing a career that continues even after the cameras have stopped rolling. He mentions musicians who weren't on The Voice, but are now well known for their poignant songs, like Chris Stapleton and Carrie Underwood. He did, however, express his hope that our rivals will follow that path. The Road has worked with record companies and digital platforms to accomplish this goal by making sure that the music of the participants are properly distributed and marketed. When a member of the show releases a song, Shelton wants to ensure that it receives actual airtime, backing from streaming services, and social media momentum rather than merely becoming temporarily well-known on national television, marking a new beginning for the medium in the country. Furthermore, Shelton also implies that the route might be the beginning of a larger project that calls for the restoration of authenticity in the music broadcasting industry. For a long time, it was all about the spectacle, lights, coaches, and chairs turning, he remarked broadly. I feel that people are looking for authenticity once more. Blake Shelton's greatest strength is also his ability to maintain a sincere mindset. Fans of country music have already expressed interest in the journey. Together with Shelton's name, they are excited about the format of the show. The show features everything that went into creating country music what it is now, including live bands, road diaries, behind-the-scenes videos, and songwriting challenges shot in modest venues in rural places. Blake's anxieties mixed with his optimism. Although Shelton is ecstatic, he understands that television will always follow its own set of rules. Major factors include ratings, network schedules, and advertising, and he is well aware of how quickly a brilliant concept may go undetected. He voiced his thoughts despite all of these factors, saying, I just hope that we don't lose focus. That's how it actually happened in the past. In my view, the musician should remain the main focus of the road show rather than the TV storyline or the well-known visitors. He is the first to recognize that entertainingness and true sincerity are two sides of the same coin. Remember that when it's thrilling without being contrived, that's the balance we're aiming for. Shelton is optimistic for the short being, but he worries that the road might make the same error as The Voice and put ratings ahead of real outcomes. Shelton is a passionate teacher who takes great satisfaction in his role as a mentor despite his immense fame and wealth. He claims that he enjoys mentoring up-and-coming musicians, which is one of the reasons he has been watching The Voice for so long. Witnessing a performer acquire confidence before performing is an amazing experience. The car is propelled by this passion. Shelton, a host and psychotherapist, supports musicians as they navigate the highs and lows of the music business. I've made every mistake you could possibly make, he remarked, chuckling. I will consider my work done if I can assist someone in avoiding a few of those. Fans are ecstatic as the first season of The Road approaches its launch. Blake Shelton, though, doesn't appear to care. He isn't pursuing a trophy or viral sensation. Rather, he's looking for something more profound. Linkage. According to him, music brings people together. It has been the main goal of my life from the beginning. If the presentation may help one artist find their audience and bring attention to that fact, it will have been worth it. Shelton's journey from the studio to the stage is similar to that of the countless musicians whose tales he hopes to inspire. Each of these artists has given up the familiar and cozy in search of something new and genuine. He said that since life is a road, continuing to drive is the best thing you can do. In short, this is perfect.